Hi everybody, welcome to Golf Lessons Sheffield and my review of the fantastic swing of John Rahm. Recently just won the DP Championships and played some fantastic golf along the way, but the biggest thing that most people will acknowledge with his game is just how far he hits the ball. He's a big guy, but he does do a lot of things during his swing that generate a lot of power, which I'm not saying everybody that can do this, but I think there's a few things that if we all try to apply these elements to our driver, certainly we should be able to increase the distance that we hit the ball. So the first thing I've done is I've put a circle around his head and a circle just on his left hip. So as we take him into the backswing, the first thing that's really apparent to me is just how much he stretches his arms away from his side. So that's how far his arms are away, and it's more from his chest we're looking for here. Lots of people who come to me for lessons say, oh, you've just tried to stretch as far away from the ball as possible. Well, no, we want to try and keep the head as still as possible, but we're just trying to stretch our arms as far away from our chest as possible. You can also see here, in an effort to stretch as far as he can, he's also not moved his left hip too far away from this original line that I drew. So he goes up to the top of the swing, and you can already see now as he's getting to the top of his backswing, his hips starting to work closer to this yellow line that I've drawn. But now as he's driving down and through, his hands have come down on a narrower angle than they went up on. So what shows that he's really stretching his arms away from his body on the way back, and then because he's driving his body towards the target on the way down, he's now having a narrower arc of his swing on the way through. You can also see just how much lag he's created here, because that's the club as we can see. He's creating a lot of lag, almost like a 90-degree angle, if not more so, between his left arm and club position. That's going to generate a huge amount of power. As he starts to come down into the downswing, you can see now how his left hip is now more ahead of this yellow line, so his weight is now starting to transfer onto the ball. As he comes into impact, you can see just how much his shoulders are pointing upwards here. Far too many people that I teach have their shoulders very level at this point, and that means that they're hitting very much down onto the ball. With a driver, we want to hit up through it, and that's exactly what he's doing here when he gets his shoulders into that position. As he now stretches away from the ball with his arms, you can see just how straight his arms are through the ball here. There's no bending or collapsing of the arms through impact and beyond. Is actually stretching away from the target, and a full weight transfer onto his left foot here through impact. So there's many things there that he does that I think are fantastic for power. Not everybody will be able to do all these moves, but if you can try to copy at least one or two of them, then I think you'll increase the distance.